got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Yo, welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com on this beautiful Tuesday, December 6th. Good morning, Rico.
Good morning.
And good morning, Tucson. Thank you guys for tuning in. We have a lot to cover today. We got in-studio guests a little bit later on in the podcast broadcast. It's going to be a good time. Shane, the owner of Tucson Foodie. Rico's mic is falling apart.
My life is falling apart, babe.
You doing okay, bud?
No.
All right. You want to talk about it?
Maybe.
All right. Well, lay it on me. That's what we're here for. Dr. Beef is in session.
Dr. Beef, if only.
All right. Well, I know Rico doesn't like opening up, so let me just get to our listener bait today. Of course, we're going to have Muse tickets giveaway. That's happening at 6:30 this morning. So less than 30 minutes, you're going to have your opportunity to win tickets to see Muse. Our big ticket item that we're giving away this morning is Red Hot Chili Peppers. That's happening at 7:10 a.m. That's when we're going to give that away. It's Tuesday, so you know it's Tap Out Tuesday. Catalina Craft Pizza is our sponsor today. So you can win up to $100 in gift certificates to Catalina Craft Pizza around 8:30 this morning. I have Roadrunner tickets to give away, which I'll probably give away my first pair here within the next couple minutes. And on top of all that, at 7:15, we're going to give away the keyword for Master of Prizes. And at 8:15, we're going to give away a keyword for you to text in for your chance to win those Metallica tickets. Yeah, and if you win the pair of tickets for both nights, it will qualify you for the grand prize, which is a 3-day hotel stay, $150 Visa gift card, and VIP access to the Blackened Whiskey experience. So all that is on the agenda today. A lot of giving, right?
You're in the spirit of giving, my friend.
I absolutely am. And I love that it's this time of year and I have so much stuff to give away, which is cool. And speaking of Metallica, this is what's weird about it. You'd be very weary, too, guys. When you see us post anything Metallica, do not interact or comment with the scam bots that come out of the woodwork. Whenever anything is mentioned on Facebook about Metallica, you immediately get comments like, hey, I got tickets for sale. Let me read these to you. This is ridiculous. And I also thought it to be very strange because I feel like Reiser's on this tip. Like he realized that spam bots are coming out whenever he posted about Metallica, because he's been posting every day, letting you know exactly when he's going to do the keyword, which is good. Mm-hmm. But you know, as soon as he started posting it, immediately, even before tickets went on sale, we had all these like fake accounts being like, "I got those tickets. If you want to send me Venmo me money, I got you." Right? Well, yesterday Reiser posted looking for Tallica tickets. So literally he went the slang version of Metallica to kind of throw off the bots.
Tallica.
Yeah. Did not work whatsoever. In fact, actually
made it worse.
Yeah. So someone like message me, please get mine. Let's see. Anyone interested in 2 tickets? Let me know if you're interested. I also have 3 tickets available for sale. Let me know if you're interested. This one was my favorite. Darlene Shelton. Who's not a real person, by the way. And I Facebook stalked. I know I can recognize a real person.
Did she have that why you tried to look into it?
No, I first off, I look into all profiles, hot profile pick or not. I do a little market research.
Okay.
Especially when they're trying to come at listeners with BS sales pitches, right?
Not on my watch.
I mean, I don't know anyone who's going to fall for this. And I hid these comments so you can't see them on our Rock 102.1 Facebook page because I didn't want anybody to fall victim to this nonsense. So she wrote, I'm happy to transfer my 4 tickets to anyone for lesser than what I paid for them. Please send me a friend request before message me. Thanks. Before message me. Thanks. You know, so, I mean, there's obvious signs that you're looking for in scammers. Broken English is going to be one of them.
Oh, I love that one. Yep.
Yeah. And you get it all the time with these text messages that you get sent.
They kind of stopped. And I'm mad about that.
Well, put your name on another bathroom stall. I'm sure they'll keep you coming. So,
pro tip.
Yes, but that is a heads up to all of our friends out there, if you follow us on the Rock 102.1 Facebook page and we post about Metallica, do not fall for the scammer trap. I know most of you out there are smart enough not to, but sometimes when you're desperate enough and you're like, man, I don't have $1,000 to pay for these tickets, and a person says they'll hook me up with 4 tickets for $50. I know it's tempting, and that's what happens. Desperation meets, victimization.
I'm surprised there hasn't been like a fake James Hetfield profile. Like, come on, come to my concert, please.
Open up for me. If you pay me $500, I'll replace you with Pantera. Or the other way around.
Right.
Yeah. So it is odd, though. But even with Reiser not spelling out Metallica and just doing Tallica, that was still enough for the bots to be like, oh, I know what he's talking about. Scam. Tonight's a big night because tonight is a Trinity of Terror tour. So you still have an opportunity to get your tickets at KFMA.com. If you want to check out Black Veil Brides, Motionless in White, Atreyu, and Ice Nine Kills, that show is going to be sick. It's going to slay. And it's happening at TCC. Doors open at 6. There's a meet and greet. Now, Weirdo's invited to that meet and greet. And I was getting messaged if I want to go to the meet and greet, but I'm not that guy. I'm not. First off, I'm not a weeknight concert guy. As much as I appreciate Motionless in White, and that I know that lineup's going to be awesome. I will go out there and I'll see maybe the first 2 bands, and then I'm out by like 8:15. I start turning into a pumpkin.
Yep.
And so when it came to the meet and greet, like Reiser, he's all about it, right? And he's just like, well, you don't want to like get real close to them and smell them. No, I don't care. I am a fan. And I could be a fan without going and having to take a picture. I don't want to be that radio DJ that stockpiles images of famous people that I don't really know, or they don't really know me, just to be able to post about them when they die.
Right.
And
make this about me.
Yes, that's essentially Reiser's he has an entire album on his phone, just waiting for rock stars to die so he can post a picture of him with that rock star being like, oh, rest in peace, one of the greatest. Oh yeah.
He has it automated. There's an app for it.
Yeah. He doesn't even have to actually comment. It
Right.
just like it automatically updates. Like I'm sure he has one with Kirstie Alley. So keep an eye out for Reiser's Kirstie Alley post. Unfortunately, she passed away at 71 years old yesterday after a brief but violent fight with cancer. But 71 years old is not that bad of a run. She, of course, lives a fantastic life. Very sad. People are mourning, and her co-stars are mourning her and stuff. And, of course, Reiser posted several pictures of her during not Cheers era Kirstie Alley, but Star Trek 2 era Kirstie Alley.
He had the mullet going on.
Oh, he did, yeah.
It
was fantastic. I don't even know where they met. Maybe it was Z Records. Who knows? I got to go look at the post and then heart, or I'll do the care emoji. Oh, sorry about your loss, Reiser.
Yeah. Must be a heart on you.
I know you guys were so close. You obviously were close. You have a picture with her. You must have been BFFs.
She used to get mad that I called her Christy.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So, what's the deal? We got your Morning Morn coming up after Giovanni and the Hired Guns. Tickets for Muse happening at 6:30, and we'll kick things off with the band that we're giving away tickets for at 7:10 this morning. It's Red Hot Chili Peppers Under the Bridge, Rock 102.1 KFMA. You know the name of the show. Let's go. Yeah. All right, welcome back to the podcast broadcast. We're getting Shane all situated here from Tucson Foodie. I'm excited to have him in. You guys recognize Tucson Foodie. You know the drill between the behind the website, social media pages, just kind of been taking over. And Shane recently acquired a Tucson Foodie. So we're going to be talking food stuff and festivities and everything else. Rico, you see Shane's camera. Go ahead and line him up. We got about 10 seconds. I'm going to do a tease. And we have some serious news to debate as well, or discuss, not necessarily debate. So let me just see. Rock 102.1 KFMA. We're live on the podcast broadcast. Joining us in studio, very special guest. He is the owner of Tucson Foodie, Shane. Good morning, Shane.
Good morning.
And thank you for joining the show. I'm very excited to go down the rabbit hole that is Tucson Foodie on Instagram and, of course, TucsonFoodie.com. We're going to talk about all the stuff that you have going on and also geek out at some of the good foodie spots around town. And did you see this? I don't know if you've been following this, but Congress is attempting to pass an act called the Journalism Competition and Preservation Act. Do you know anything about this?
No.
All right. Well, I'm going to tell you more about
Okay.
this act and how Mark Zuckerberg says that if they pass this act, then he will make sure that no news links and articles will be posted on social media, which I think could affect you and Tucson Foodie.
Sounds terrible.
It does sound terrible.
Better get ready to evolve.
Exactly. Well, I'll tell you why I'm on Team Zuckerberg for this after Shinedown's Planet Zero.
Okay.
But we're keeping the conversation on the podcast broadcast. Join us on our Facebook pages or youtube.com/beefvegan. Here's Planet Zero on Rock 1 2.1. There. Yeah, terrifying, right?
Potentially.
Well, I saw this late last night.
We'll just have to move over to Truth Social.
There we go. Substack.
Yeah, exactly. And there's always Twitter if anyone's still using that. I mean, get all the bots to follow you. But yeah, we're gonna kind of break down what this means. And it's a bipartisan bill that is being presented, and they're gonna vote on this in this month. But the argument that Zuckerberg has as to why this bill is no good and why Facebook should not have to adhere to it is very strong. And I'm going to reveal that on the air here in a little bit so I don't blow my load, so to speak.
Hearing the sentence that I agree with Zuck is like blowing to hear anybody say nowadays.
Right.
Like, you know what? I kind of agree with it.
I mean, he
A
hasn't,
robot.
he definitely hasn't been in like the public favor, or, you know, people haven't been looking at his opinions lately as something that they could easily agree with. But for this, I see it. I see it and I understand it. How are you feeling this morning, Shane?
I'm good. Can I make comments on this live stream? Or am
Yeah,
I-
absolutely.
do I have
Did
to
you
sign
make it
up?
backstage?
I have to sign up, log in.
No, you're good. Comment away.
I think you have to log in to comment though.
No, he's here because I can see him. Just make sure you mute your laptop so you don't hear that.
Oh, the echo. Yeah.
Yeah. See, Todd said, I hate that Zuck is right, and it's an effing stupid bill. And I'm glad you agree with that too, because I mean, again, I don't know everything about this bill, and I'm taking cliff notes and really trying to. The first time it even came to my attention was late last night, but reading through it, I'm just like, well, that doesn't really fucking make sense at all. But it is a bipartisan bill, meaning both sides are for this, and it's kind of a way to go after the Silicon Valley billionaires in a way and try to get some money from them. But I don't think their approach is right. So, let's see. Only the host can comment in StreamYard. Is that true? Yeah, maybe you have to sign in there, Shane.
Okay.
And then we're also going to pull up. I already have Tucson Foodie up on Instagram and TucsonFoodie.com set up here.
I got stuck on Monday Munchies.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Bacon wrap burritos, and I'm just like looking at that like pornographically.
I mean, Shane, you've lived like all over the country, right?
True.
Several different locations. Have you ever came across a spot that has bacon wrapped burritos or bacon wrapped burritos? Is this the first place that you've known of this?
Well, this is America. And we like to wrap everything in bacon. I stayed in Iowa for a while, and I can't remember a bacon wrap burrito, but I can name many other things that were wrapped in bacon.
Oh, I'm sure they wrap a bunch of stuff in bacon. I mean, if you want to make anything better, you wrap it in bacon. But I feel like
Okay, beef.
Coming wrapped in bacon next time.
No, I'm telling you, like
Yeah.
on my anniversary night with my girlfriend, I wrapped myself in bacon as a special treat.
Sounds expensive.
It is expensive, you know, but hey, it's anniversary. Spare no expense.
Costco.
Yeah. Some people will buy diamonds. I just get excess amount of bacon.
There you go.
Yeah. It's nice. Don't even cook it. She shouldn't touch me for days. It's amazing. All right. We got 10 seconds. We're going to break down this bill here. Todd, I'll invite you as well, just in case I get tied up on some of the particulars and I need some expertise back up. Rock 1 2.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We're live here with the new owner of Tucson Foodie. We got Shane. How do you say your last name, Shane?
Reiser.
Shane Reiser. And, and I'm glad you're in because the timing of this couldn't be better because I came across this bill that Congress is trying to push. And there's a debate happening on the floor as it's a bipartisan bill that will allow publications with fewer than 15,000 full-time employees to negotiate terms and conditions whereby major tech platforms may distribute its content. Meaning, like, say, Tucson Foodie, you're fewer than 15,000 employees, even though, you're a prime example of thinking global, acting local with their website. And a lot of people are fans about that. But you would technically, if they pass this bill, be able to negotiate with Facebook a rate for every time somebody shares a Tucson Foodie link to Facebook. Think like Spotify and how they pay artists, right? A very small percentage. But in this situation, Mark Zuckerberg thinks it's such a stupid bill that he vows, if it passes, to prevent any news links or anything considered a news link to be posted on the social media platform. Meaning if he pass it and, it doesn't matter, Tucson Foodie is technically food news, they might not allow Tucson Foodie posts to be on Facebook. Yeah, which is problematic, right? And then this is the one rare situation where I 100% agree with Zuckerberg's argument. And here's the argument.
He's calling their bluff, but that could really hurt Facebook.
It could really hurt Facebook. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All these restrictions for sure. And there's been a lot of things that have definitely been hurting Facebook. And a lot of it's been self-inflicted. And some of it just been with the times. People just get over it after a while, right? Go on to something fancy and new.
Unless he's playing the long game where it's like, you can share these articles in the metaverse.
Right.
In the VR space.
Just going to launch a new thing.
Pretty much.
I just posted here.
Exactly. That's what he's doing, 4D chess.
Yeah. Well, his argument is that Facebook is actually that helps promote these these journalists. So essentially, it's a Washington Post, just as an example.
Yeah.
If people are sharing links to the Washington Post, that's generating traffic and ad revenue for the Washington Post. So why should he have to pay for doing them a favor? That's his argument. And I feel like that's a strong argument as well, right?
I think I'm on Team Zuck in this situation.
Yes. I mean,
like Facebook and Instagram already write Tucson Foodie a check every month.
They do.
I don't understand it. I need to research this, but I get it. And it says, thank you for having content that has high engagement.
Wow.
Yes.
Here's a reward.
Right.
I think it's just a way to get organizations like us addicted to using their platform so we don't leave. But they do pay me money. I don't ask for it. We don't negotiate the rate. I'm happy to get the money. It's not much, but it's something.
Yeah, that is something. And it does go a long way. And it just fuels his argument against Congress, saying, because in a way they are already taking care of people. And you are, yes, creating content that is engaging, but you are also promoting your own brand and driving traffic to your own website using their platform. So it's almost like a double dip.
Yeah, we'd still absolutely post to Facebook if we didn't get that money.
Right.
Of course.
Now, why is this even a bill that Congress is presenting? A bipartisan bill that Congress is presenting in the first place is because it's a way, a really half-assed concept to try to get more money out of Silicon Valley billionaires. Yes, they have a lot of money. Yes, they have too much power. But if you're attempting to get a piece of that pie, I feel like this is the absolute wrong way to do it.
We just need to patch up those tax loopholes, right?
Yeah. Yes. Just talk about that.
I think it's impossible, and they're going to find their way out. Like, no matter what they do, billionaires are just going to hire the right attorneys and lawyers, and they're just going to keep their money. And this sounds like it's really just going to harm the small guys. And it's just going to trickle down. And
that's what it usually does, right?
Yeah.
It always harms the small guys. So
as old as time.
So there you go. There's one rare example of us, all three of us, saying Team Zuckerberg on this. We'll see what happens with the bill. But you'll know, even if you don't follow the news, by not seeing news at all on your Facebook page if it does pass. We'll keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. We're hanging out with Shane Reiser for Tucson Foodie. We're going to go down the rabbit hole that is Tucson Foodie and hook them up with a couple more pennies courtesy of Instagram. So you can join the conversation, youtube.com/bevegan, or keep it right here. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. There. All right. So there we go. That's that bill. We'll see what happens. So keep you updated.
I don't have to worry about that.
I know.
Right.
Like one more thing to tack onto the list.
Isn't that funny? You're like, oh yeah, good times. Oh, what happened?
Yeah, welcome to the Be Vegan show. You're fucked. How do you feel about that? What are you gonna do about this? What's that? Oh God, there was some movie. What was that? I lost it. But there was some movie where like somebody gets hired as a CEO, and the next day they go on like CNN or ESPN or something. And while he's on the show, they have like the stock price changing in real time, and he says some really terrible shit, and the stock price just starts going down. And he's like, oh my God, I was put into this job as the fall guy. And he realizes it on the air.
Yeah.
Yes. Isn't Steve Carell in that?
Yeah, it's that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
What
It's
is
like
that?
Big Short. I think it's Big Short.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's
a
not
comedy.
Short.
Yeah, it's a comedy. Yeah.
I think it might be Bruce Almighty.
Probably.
And Steve
Yes.
Carell might be in that one.
No.
I don't know.
So let's get back to the point where when I think
Pretty good
of
Steve Carell screen.
I practice every morning.
he kind of looks like Steve Carell if you shave his mustache. When I think of Tucson Foodie,
much better looking.
when I think of Tucson Foodie, I do think of the saying that I honestly, I think are wise words that I attempt to live by when we create content and attack social media. Is think global, act local, right? So Tucson Foodie, obviously branded Tucson, it came across my radar years ago just through social media because food posts and good food is super engaging. Who doesn't like to eat besides models, right? But with that, Tucson Foodie isn't just a website that is resonating with people in Tucson, right? People like looking at food from all over the world, and it's a representation of Tucson for foodies all over the world, right? Is your traffic and your hits, do you have breakdowns of people? Like, what are some of the unusual or surprising high traffic areas that visit your site?
Oh gosh, Sweden. That's the surprising one. We can't explain it. I don't know, but every single week we have interesting traffic coming from. I don't know if somebody from Tucson moved there and has told all their friends and something, but that's the surprising one. But I will say that almost 90% of all of our traffic is from Arizona.
That's good. Yeah.
And drivable locations as well. And then, consistent with Visit Tucson's metrics on where people visit Tucson from, we get traffic from those big geographies like New York City, Los Angeles, etc.
Nice
hubs.
Yeah. Well, anyone that's going to visit Tucson, it kind of pops up on their radar. And in a way, you guys are the ultimate brochure. When you go there, where we're going to eat, let's look at, we'll just go straight to the website here, which I enjoy as we go down because you're doing pieces. And how many employees do you have at Tucson Foodie now?
4 full-time.
Okay, 4 full-time.
Not including me.
Nice.
And then like a solid 25 freelance writers and photographers that surround us.
Nice.
Oh, for anybody who's watching, if you're looking for more freelance writers or photographers, how would you get a hold of you? Like, are you constantly looking for freelancers?
Yeah, for sure. And
Nice.
we also have people who randomly pitch one story and write it, and then they never write for us again. That's fine. There's on the bottom, on the footer, I think there's a write for us link, contribute link.
Okay.
You can send a note to us there. You can just hit us up on Instagram, DM us, or hit me at shane@tucsonfoodie.com.
Nice. Now with the year, ending, the calendar year ending, do you ever do like a best of for the 2022 or annual awards?
I haven't.
People like winning shit, Shane.
Said anything about this to anybody yet, but I'll go ahead and tell you, we absolutely have that on the roadmap. We were approached by a handful of chefs who were disappointed with one of the local best of things that happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're in a good place. Tucson Foodie is in a good place to do something like that, our own best of thing, kind of in the other side of the year. So probably in early spring, maybe even January.
Okay, yeah.
And I think we're going to do like a big popular vote with tons of categories, all food.
Right.
But then also do a critics pick or an editor's choice.
Yes. I like that.
Cool.
Phoenix New Times does that, with their best of awards. So they'll have the voting pick, and then underneath it, they'll have the editor's choice or vice versa.
Yeah, exactly. It's fun to compare them. Like everybody's going to pick Garo Canelo for the best Sonoran hot dog, but I'd pick La Ruiz.
Oh, yeah.
You know
Where's
what I'm
that
saying?
located at?
22nd and 6th.
Nice.
Little cart. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's the best.
Oh, so do you have a piece?
You know.
Yeah. Do you have a piece on Tucson Foodie that breaks down the best carts in town?
No, I don't think so.
Look
That
at all
would be
these
great.
ideas,
We should do
Steve.
that. We do have
I'm an idea man.
Yeah,
we
you
do
are.
have Mark Whitaker writing for us 2 or 3 articles a week focused on food trucks. He does carts occasionally.
Okay.
So a lot of good stories on there about it, but not a roundup yet, not a best of.
Right. Yeah. It's got to be very difficult to think of a best of
Cart, that's tough. It's almost like what's the best restaurant?
Right. Or the best Mexican food. As I was telling you at the Tamale Fest, like my
debated.
saying to everybody is you can't find bad Mexican food in this town. It's just very difficult to do. So pick a place and it's probably going to be amazing, and the joke is that even Taco Bell tastes better in this town. So, so with that, it's not an enviable task to try to narrow it down to a best Mexican restaurant or best of in this town, because this is like a food town, right?
Totally a foodie town.
Yeah.
I freaking hope so.
Yeah, no.
Beef.
The DJ is named after food.
Yeah.
Like, that's how much we love food here.
That is true. That is true. They want to consume it all the way around. I should be beef wrapped in bacon vegan, and I know that I would probably be nationally syndicated just because of that.
That sounds like your OnlyFans.
Yes, that's true. All right, what is this California-based cookie?
Okay, we got
Cookie Plug opened its first of 3 Tucson locations. Now, we just recently got a Korean hot dog place, and that's like California inspired as well.
Yeah.
2 Hands, which I recently had for the first time.
Me too.
Not too long ago, and it was pretty good. Fair food.
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I liked it better than that. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah. What do you like? The potato dog the best?
I got the spicy dog inside the spicy crust with the spicy sauce.
Right. And they use the hot Cheeto dust for that. And did you get the full dog or did you go cheese and dog? Do you have an option to go full dog?
Yeah, you can go full dog.
Always
I got the
full
spicy
dog.
sausage. Yeah.
Okay, nice. All right.
I'm looking forward to they have like a vegan dog coming soon. I'm
Yes.
gonna go back and eat
I
that.
saw that too. I wonder if it's 100% vegan because my daughter's vegan at the time, currently. She'll get back to eating meat again. But, for now, she's vegan. And we saw that they had a plant-based. But I'm like, well, with the batter and everything, is it 100% vegan? It
I
could
don't
be.
know. At least the dog is, though. It's something.
Yeah,
It'll
exactly.
be vegetarian at least. At least the cheese one's vegetarian.
Right, yes. So so what's up with this California-based cookie plug that's going to open up 3 locations here? This full-blown cookie/burger?
I mean, I've never been to one of these places, but we always try to cover, and I think it's important that we do this. I mean, we're known for local news.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at the comments on the Instagram post about Cookie Plug here, you'll see a lot of people saying, hey, focus on local.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And this
Immediately
is-
getting mad.
They do. They get mad. And I get it. But, 99% of our content is absolutely local. And the reality here is that a local person who grew up in Tucson, decided to bring the franchise here. So it's technically locally owned, but it is a franchise opening in Tucson. And I think it's important that we cover that news because it says something about the Tucson ecosystem and the strength of the ecosystem that we're pulling in some of these unique chains.
Right.
Plus foodies,
Definitely.
Foodies love that shit. So.
Yeah, and it is great because give us more variety, give us things that are outside the box and continue to litter this entire city with food that you can't find elsewhere. Or it'd be a melting pot of creative culinary. And, that will just continue to build the brand and get people to want to visit here. So I'm all about it. I think, one of the number one things that people like to do on vacation is eat. Right.
Oh, hey,
so,
let me tell you about Cup Bob. I see you got on the screen.
Yes.
now.
Okay.
Another example, right? Interestingly, I went on the first day they opened, line out the door, almost around the corner all day long. And the guy who owns the national franchise had come down, and they had the store they had launched before was Vegas. And he said he launched it to crickets.
Really?
There was no line, and he was blown away by the interest and support in Tucson.
Hell yeah.
For Cup Bob. So maybe we're more of a foodie town than Vegas.
Oh, big time.
Big words.
There's a lot of good food in Vegas.
That is true.
It's-
That is
it's a
true.
foodie town.
It is, very difficult, but it's a lot of tourists.
haven,
So yeah. So do you think the locals are really into being foodies as much as the tourists? I mean, tourists go there obviously for the food. But that is an interesting observation there that we and I know of Rico was talking to me about Korean in the Cup here for a couple months ago.
Oh, Korean barbecue in general. That's
Yeah.
what I miss the most about LA. That was an experience in K-Town.
Right.
Yeah.
So he was buzzing about it. He got me excited about it. Yeah. And then they open up places like this. And we're not the only ones. You get people lying around the block just to try it out. Because, I mean, hell, is there any other Korean barbecue? I guess there are a couple Korean barbecue places in town, but
I'm sure.
they're difficult to find. And this Korean barbecue in a cup is the latest, kind of hip trend. Is it all hipsters that are basically generating our interest on this stuff? It would tell us what's tasty based off of what cool gimmick it has.
I don't think I understand the question.
I don't think I understand it either.
I'm pretty sure the answer is no.
I'm kidding. He'll decipher that.
Yes, welcome to the stream there, Shane. You know, this is how we do it. In
Not
fact,
all
actually,
foodies are hipsters.
That's right.
Let me ask our expert here, Todd. He is my satellite
Is he smoking a joint?
consultant. He is smoking a joint. So Todd, did you understand the question I asked?
No,
Okay, so it didn't make sense.
they were words.
They were words.
That's the nicest thing I could say. They were in fact all words in a line that pretended to be a question.
It's like press secretary stuff. It's
Okay.
like, yeah, let me make sense of this.
Okay.
It was
Well,
like
then.
2 words in a trench coat.
Okay. All right. Well, thank
Tail
you
out
for
the
that.
back.
I'll have you back on here in a second. Stand by. So that was.
Thank you.
So that's it. Todd's there, just ready to correct me whenever I sound like a dumbass, which is regularly. So he's on the salary. He just pops in when I need him, which is about 4 times a show.
You suck. Goodbye.
Can I have that job?
Right?
It
Smoke a joint in a room, pop it in every once in a while.
is a good job. So all right. Now what made you want to acquire Tucson Foodie?
I was a fan and subscriber of Tucson Foodie for years. It was a part of my love journey with Tucson when I moved here about 9 years ago. I met Adam, thought he was a really cool guy, saw how Foodie kind of crawled through the pandemic, and Adam got burned out, wanted to change his career, become an electrician. It was time for ownership change, right?
Yeah.
I have passion for it. I see a lot of opportunities to diversify revenue stream. I didn't want it to die or fall into the wrong hands.
Right. Yeah.
Nice.
And I
So I
appreciate
went for
that.
it, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm glad. I love that this is like a fantastic story of a small business kind of growing, because I thought it was just Tucson Foodie was just a person, right? Just tweeting out on Instagram, and which is not a thing. You can't tweet out on Instagram, but you know what I'm saying. So to see it kind of growing and starting to thrive is fantastic as well. Let's get back on the air with this. All right, we're hanging out here with the owner of Tucson Foodie, Shane, and talking all things food, and also getting constructive criticism from Todd Marley via satellite, as we like to do. And we continue to go down the rabbit hole, and we're going to continue to talk about food. But to welcome you to the show, Shane, here's something that we like to do
You're
here.
gonna slime me?
No,
You should get that. Good idea.
I like to. We like to play games. So,
Oh, okay.
all right. So I'm gonna have you go up against Rico. The
boy.
game is fake or Florida. Now, have you ever lived in Florida, Shane?
I've been to Florida many times. I have an idea of what's coming.
Yes. So, as you may or may not know, there's Florida man and Florida people are notorious in the news for doing outrageous
Oh, yeah.
things, right?
Mhm.
So I put together a list of actual headlines from the great mistake of Florida, but I also mixed in some headlines that I made up straight out of my own twisted mind. You have to try to
Okay.
decipher between the two. Now, it's important for people listening because we will give away a pair of tickets for the Tucson Roadrunners for a hindsight prediction. So whoever wins, first person to make it through a 600 KFMA saying, I knew so-and-so was going to win, will win a pair of tickets for your Tucson Roadrunners
Oh.
for any game in December and January. All right. So with that said, let's get right into it. And since you are our guest, I'll let you guess first, Shane. Okay.
Okay.
Here's the headline. Is it fake or Florida? A woman got married to a tree so it cannot legally be cut down. Fake or Florida?
Fake.
You say fake?
Fake.
That is incorrect.
Ah.
Yes.
God.
Yeah, no, they have tree huggers in Florida as well. In fact, actually, some of them don't even stop at hugging. They
But-
go all the way and
But like
consummate.
the local courts issued that marriage certificate?
They did.
Apparently,
Oh my God.
And that tree still
Florida.
stands. So there you go.
they're not
Well,
divorced
good
yet.
for her.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to find a husband that always has wood.
Morning
All
wood. I was
right.
gonna make that damn you.
You gotta be quick on it. I got my caffeine in me, Rico. Here's our next question here. All right. Going to Rico, fake or Florida? Bradenton police caught 2 10-year-old kids driving their parents' car to McDonald's after they were ratted out by a man who was also driving a stolen car. Fake or Florida?
Damn.
Man, that was
Still
tough.
pretty good at these.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go against my better nature and say fake.
You're gonna say fake?
Yeah.
That is correct.
Oh.
Okay, good job. All right.
My Florida dar
Yeah.
is on.
All right, back to Shane, owner of Tucson Foodie, TucsonFoodie.com. Here's your headline. Fake or Florida? A woman dressed as a turkey was arrested for shoplifting.
Florida.
Florida. I think he's getting the hang of the game. That is correct. Yes, that's an actual story. I'll pull that up on the podcast broadcast streams too, so you can see.
A worthy competitor.
All right, Rico, you got to get this one right if you're going to win the game. All right, but if you don't get it right, then we're going to go to the speed round tiebreaker question. Are you ready?
Ready.
Here's your headline. A female congressional candidate claimed that she communicated telepathically with extraterrestrials. Fake or Florida?
Screw it. Florida.
Say Florida.
Yep.
That is correct.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you guys don't remember that story? She
I
was in the
knew it
running.
sounded vaguely familiar. I was like, wait a minute.
I think SNL did a skit on that, make fun of that.
Yes. All right. All right. So it looks like Rico won that game. So first person to call in 600 KFMA and say, I knew Rico was going to win, Fake or Florida again, will win a pair of tickets for the Tucson Roadrunners. And that's for any game of your choice for in December or January. There's 2 games this weekend, one on Friday and one on Saturday. Shane, just for S's and giggles, I'm going to read one more headline to you and I'll let you guess and see if you can go out with a bang. Okay.
Okay.
All
Or the opposite.
or the opposite, which I have a trombone sound effect ready to play if you get this wrong.
Okay.
Here we go. A man was busted for abusing 911 after he called to report a stripper who refused to give him quote unquote boom boom. Fake or Florida?
Oh man. That could happen anywhere in America. Let's go with fake.
Fake is correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
All right.
Nice.
Shane knows it's fake or Florida.
So boom boom came out of your brain, huh?
It did. I actually knew
Nice
a guy
job,
named
Beef.
Adam who, he used to have a thing called the Boom Boom Room in the back of a club that I used to work at.
Ooh, that
Yeah,
sounds nasty.
it was nasty.
Lysol.
Yeah, shout out to Adam, though. Good times. All right, we're going to keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. So you join us, youtube.com/beefvegan, or keep it right here. It's Rock 102.1. Clear. All right.
yeah.
And that's how you play that game.
I love it.
Yes. Speaking
You
of
guys are
games,
fun.
I do have to, earlier this morning, we did 2 things, but, earlier this morning, our Tap Out Tuesday sponsor was Catalina Craft Pizza. Catalina Craft Pizza, located on Oracle, north of Tangerine. They're fantastic for what they got. They actually use Dickman's Ugly Steak in several of their recipes. Do you know about Dickman's Ugly Steak, Shane?
No, sir.
Oh, I got to break it down for you.
Oh.
I'm going to do that. And meanwhile, you can check out this edition of Tap Out, brought to you by Catalina Craft Pizza.
The only game where you can quit and win. Think you have what it takes to last 5 rounds? Let's find out. Beef Vegan presents Tap Out.
Oh, yes. It's the only game where you can win and not even play at all. It's Tap Out. Our sponsor this week is Catalina Craft Pizza, located on Oracle, north of Tangerine. And Catalina Craft Pizza has so many food items up for grabs. Some of the best wings in town, best happy hour in town. And they have Dickman's Ugly Steak options, whether you want it as a sandwich or a salad or a pizza. 600 KFMA, 600-5362 is the phone number. We'll see who our contestant is based off of whoever can answer the first question correctly within 5 seconds. Let me go to the phone line, see who we got here. Rock 102.1, who's this?
This is Nikki.
All right, Nikki. If you could answer this question correctly, you're going to be my contestant. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, 5 seconds on the clock will begin after I'm finished asking this question. This first question is multiple choice. So here's the question. Which one of these is a mammal? A seahorse, a sea lion, or a sea urchin? Go.
Sea lion.
Sea lion is correct. All right, Nikki is our scavenger. Nikki is our contestant here. So $20 is in the bank. Okay, so for every question you answer correctly, you're going to bank yourself another $20 gift certificate to Catalina Craft Pizza on Oracle, north of Tangerine. Okay, but if you don't know the answer, it's important to tap out so you can cash out. Because if you answer incorrectly, you get nothing, and the rest goes to our scavengers. Okay, Nikki?
Got it.
All right. Here is our next question, not multiple choice. So you're going to have to know this outright. 5 seconds on the clock will begin when I finish asking it. Which continent is the least populated? Go.
Antarctica.
Antarctica is correct. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Now you got $40 in the bag, Nikki. And super important to tap out if you don't know this next question or next answer, okay? 5 seconds on the clock will begin when I finish asking it. Here we go. We got $40 in the bank, 60 more gift certificates left up for grabs. All right, here's your question. And these are you smarter than the fifth grader questions, by the way? What type what type of animal can live on both water and land? Go.
Mm,
Bear
a
tap.
turtle.
Oh no. Unfortunately, Nikki, that's incorrect.
Tap out.
No, you can't tap out now. That's unfortunate. The correct answer was amphibians. That's the type of animal that can live on both land and water. Since you didn't tap out, unfortunately, you didn't get the $40 in gift certificates, but I will give you good news. I will give you a $20 gift certificate to Catalina Craft Pizza, okay? So you're not walking away empty-handed. You just don't have as much as you thought you were going to have. And for the rest of you guys, that's great news because we have 4 scavengers up for grabs. That means 4 of you can all have the same amount that Nikki had just by calling 600 KFMA. Nikki, give me 4 numbers from 1 to 10.
4, 6, 2, and 7.
2, 4, 6, and 7. Callers number 2, 4, 6, and 7. Call 600 KFMA 600-5362 to become a scavenger. Thank you very much, Nikki, for playing the game, and thank you to Catalina Craft Pizza, located in Oracle, north of Tangerine, for the hookup. Don't forget to visit them for the best wings and happy hour in town, and check them out online at CatalinaCraftPizza.com. We'll hit the reset, and we'll be back with more Beef Vegan Presents after this.
The only game where you can quit and win. Think you have what it takes to last 5 rounds? Let's find out.
Absolutely.
Vegan presents.
Let's get back
Tap
on here.
Out.
Yeah, because I think one of the things that I'm excited to talk about with Shane and share with you guys is that Tucson Foodie is looking to do bigger and better things going into 2023 and getting the community involved in celebration of, having a good time and, experiencing all this great food by putting on events. And so what's your first event that you're going to be putting together?
Well, we got big events. We got small events.
Yes.
So in 2023, we're going to run 10 large festivals, and we got a grant from the Arizona Office of Tourism to do those. The first one that's coming up is an event that already has been happening for years, and we acquired it from the group that ran it. And it's the Tucson Craft Beer Crawl.
Oh, nice. So it's a beer crawl. Is that like a pub crawl down 4th and Congress? Is that kind of like the idea?
Not just 4th and Congress, but within walkable distances.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're going off with like Tool and just kind of like downtown.
There's we don't know yet. There's like 10 to 15 different stops, maybe more than that. And at each stop, there's 3 or 4 brewers dishing out beer.
Nice.
So you get, and then you can grab food at the place if you want to, and then you can meander on to the next spot.
Nice.
It's big.
Yeah.
There's like I don't know, I can't remember, less than 2,000 people, but that's a lot of people. It's a lot of fun. We've got a VIP tent. There's multiple places to check in. It's just a good time if you haven't been before.
Yeah. So when is the craft beer crawl?
It's February 25th.
Nice. So it's going to be hopefully warming up by then, which I'm sure it will be.
It's middle of the day. It's 1 to 5 o'clock.
Is that a Saturday or Sunday?
It's a Saturday.
Oh, yes.
Ooh, snow baby.
Feb 25, TucsonCraftBeerCrawl.com.
Oh, Tucson Craft Beer Crawl.com, yeah. Words. Hold on.
Challenge.
Yeah, Todd, how was that? Did I repeat that back shitty?
Well, I mean, words seem to be a problem for you today. They are eluding you in unique and interesting ways where they not only cannot leave your mouth correctly, but they don't go into the ear holes correctly either. It is an absolutely fantastic display of buffoonery.
Oh, it's been that noticeable, huh?
Yes, it has.
Shit. All right, I'm putting you backstage.
He's
All right.
earning his Hey, though, look at that.
Yes, he
He's
is.
on top of it.
Yeah, he's a tough love consultant.
Yep.
But if it wasn't for the tough love, you're not gonna learn from your mistakes and realize what a dipshit you sound like. So, like I said, I have
He's gonna start shilling you nootropics
Yeah.
pretty soon.
we have Powers. In fact, actually, Powers, I'm going to send you an invite. See, Powers is the opposite of Todd, and you saw Powers. You might have met him on Saturday, Shane. He was the guy, our buddy wearing the orange cowboy hat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so he is trademarked as the Prince of Positivity, right? Man around town. He's super positive. So even when I'm doing bad, he'll tell me I'm doing good. Todd, on the other hand, is even when I'm doing good, he'll tell me I'm doing bad.
Oh,
Yeah. So to have that balance, and then I got neutral Rico here. It's really good. I suggest you get two friends like that because it's a fun mix. And if Powers gets backstage, I'll maybe give you an example of that if he's been enjoying the podcast broadcast before. I don't know.
Get you a Wario and a Luigi, basically.
Exactly.
Both. Yeah. Easy.
Yes. But that's we'll see if he pops up backstage.
can you do a good Wario?
No. I never chose him in Mario Kart. I hated that game.
How do you not do a Wario? You look like you could be Mario's steroid addicted son.
There you go. You can do
Wow.
the facial expression.
Hell yeah. I'll work on it. I just don't want to get sued.
You'll take that. Yeah.
But,
That's fair.
Nintendo, they have a lot of money.
They do. Absolutely. All right. So we'll see. We'll give Powers a minute or two to jump back on the stream and see what happens. But all right. So we'll plug that on the air. And then I'll share you this here. So I do have signs that you have potential to be more successful than your friends. Okay. I think we all have those friends that, did not live up to expectations. And, I don't know. Currently, I know Rico personally, myself, we're hustlers, right? Shane, you're an entrepreneur. I would assume that you're a hustler as well.
Hustler.
So maybe some of these on the list will resonate with you. That you're like, wait a second, this kind of defines me to a way that makes me go up and beyond to make sure I'm successful for the provide for my family and not just do the middle of the road type of accomplishments, which you see a lot of people get handed shit kind of do that, right? So I'll break down that list here in about a minute, 15 seconds.
Can't wait.
Yeah, we'll break it. See, we're trying to be informative too. It's not just dick jokes. It's lots of dick jokes.
Some Florida.
Oh,
Yeah.
I get it. Beef.
No,
Get
the
it
name is no dick reference.
I see.
The
It's
vegan is.
malleable. It
What
could
kind of
be.
show is this?
All right.
Actually,
That smell.
All right, hold on real quick. Here's the Prince of Positivity,
You're
Powers. Good morning,
doing
Powers.
a great job. Keep it
Thank
up.
you.
All right.
Thank you.
You got this.
Yeah, what moments did you feel like was A+ broadcasting?
All right. You got this. I like discovering all.
Echo.
Where's my volume control?
Yeah, he
Why are
likes.
you wearing the Jack Nicholson Joker chef hat from Batman 1?
Where's my volume
I guess he's on delay.
Playing a whole bunch
He's
of
in
times.
Iraq
Oh,
right
that's
now.
because I've still got it open in the other thing. Hang on.
I only got
I was
25
watching
seconds.
the stream.
fucking Powers.
Tell me how great I am. You got about 20 seconds, and then I'll put you backstage.
Well, I'll tell you what. It certainly doesn't sound like you have a bunch of mashed potatoes for brains or any jelly beans in your mouth at all today. You've been
Shit.
crushing it.
That sounds like a half insult, Todd.
Backhanded.
What do you think? Was that an insult?
No, absolutely not. Powers is the king of positivity. He would never, ever say something negative.
All right. Well, all right. You guys are both going backstage. All right. So that was Powers
Just
and Todd.
fighting
I
like
got.
Japanese fighting fish backstage.
Yeah. So you got to get yourself a couple of those, Shane. All right. We're
Little
hanging
devil
out.
and angel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Shane Reiser here from TucsonFoodie.com. And I want to break down this list real quick for everybody out there. Signs that you have potential to be more successful than your friends. So when a guy is born, his life is already littered with a variety of challenges and advantages. None of them, however, are the be-all, end-all when it comes to future success. With that said, some of them can be an indicator of potential if used correctly. And I do want to share what some of these indicators that could show that you might be successful, like growing up poor or disadvantaged, right? It sucks to go through it, but it could also serve as a driver that leads you to keep pushing for something more rather than just accepting the reality, right? Agree or disagree?
Totally agree.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Motivation beyond material, cars, watches, whatever else is certainly nice, but you got an edge if you're driven by something greater than what you could buy in a store. Every single one of these, honestly, I resonate with, and I 100% agree with. Goals and vision, that's important. You got to figure out what your North Star is and make that your focus. Being a people person, actually connecting with people, can take you everywhere. So when you surround yourself with quality people, that energy is contagious. And that same goes with yourself, with losers and leeches. So if you surround yourself with losers and leeches, then you're going to end up being a loser. So surround yourself with people.
On that note, I gotta go.
Oh, come on, Shane. I thought we were hitting it off, dude. I'll share the rest of this list here on the podcast broadcast, youtube.com/beefvegan. More with Shane from Tucson Foodie and your beef tip coming up after these words. Keep it right here. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA.
Are you crying?
Claire. Good burn.
Wiping away tears. That's funny, man.
That's called a roast beef, is what you did.
Yes.
Yes.
On brand.
That's right. Yes. Powers, what do you think of that joke? Roast beef, huh? Chef's kiss. Okay. All right. Todd, what would you say? About that?
I have to agree with Kirkland Chef Boyardee over there.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, look at that. See,
Kroger
so
Chef
sometimes
Boyardee.
they're on the same page.
He's like Mr. Scream from Wayne's World.
Yes, he's the best. All right, here are a couple more things to look for and the potential to be more successful than your friends. Fear is useless, so we're all afraid of something, so get the hell over it. And once you realize that failure is how you learn and grow, you won't let that hold you back.
Fear of failure, yeah, but fear can be a motivator.
That's true. Fear
and anger.
Fearing of failing, right?
Fear of failure can be debilitating. I think you got to get over that.
Right. I'll give you an example. This is a prime example where I attempted stand-up. My very first time I attempted stand-up was in front of 600 people, sold out crowd at Tempe Improv.
Wow,
So I've always wanted to attempt stand-up, right? And I saw my opportunity, but usually stand-up comedians, they start with like an open mic with like 5 people in a room.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck it. I want to do a sold out crowd.
I'm funny, and I know I am.
Right.
Give me the mic.
Yes. And my first show, I bombed so hard.
Of course.
I bombed in front of Jimmy Kimmel's family, his grandmother, because I was opening up for
my
Adam
God.
Carolla.
You're on a list.
Yes. And Jimmy Kimmel's grandmother, she's like 90 years old, and she was the only one I could see in the entire 600 people just eyeballing me. That's like giving me the stink eye.
Scowl.
Yeah. And meanwhile, I'm telling a 15-minute dick pic story, right? I can't get out of it. I can't tell it fast enough. And there's just no exit anywhere in sight. And immediately when I got off the stage, the manager of the Tempe Improv, which Rico was working at the time, pulls me into the lobby and reams me, tears me a new one, right? What are you doing? You're working blue. And who told you could go on that much?
Never work in this town again.
Right. Just fucking shredded me. Now, that was the first of 2 shows that night.
Oh.
Yeah. So then, after I took my licks, I went back into the green room and I had a decision to make. All right. Listen to the manager, suck it up and then just go up there and say, ladies and gentlemen, Adam Carolla, or say, fuck it, let's do it again. and since I realized the worst case scenario was that nobody laughed. And then when it was all said and done, that really was nothing. It didn't affect me personally, emotionally, or physically. So then I had literally nothing to fear. And I went out and I did it again. But the second time, I didn't bomb. I didn't kill, but I didn't bomb and did a lot better. And then we ended up doing 6 more shows after that. And
that's okay.
Yeah,
not at all how I expected that was going to turn out.
hey, look, surprisingly, and I get it.
Adam Carolla punched
I
him.
was going to say, so I gave up my dreams and moved into radio.
No,
moved away from Phoenix.
My
Not
plan
allowed back
B.
anymore.
I honestly would be pursuing stand-up comedy more so if the schedule lined up with, the morning show shit. Like, to be a successful stand-up comedian, you have to be out every single night of the week, late night, right? Well, I wake up at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm in bed by 8. I'm the most responsible person you ever met. So yeah, that's why I wouldn't do that. But we do 4 hours of comedy. I do, writing jokes every single day and then never repeating them ever again. And a lot of those jokes for good reason, right? Okay,
Sad face on a list. Just, no.
Right? Oh yeah, those jokes are bad.
What happens if my computer dies? Is that a problem?
No, I
We
can
all
still
die.
see you.
High stakes.
Yeah, next time.
No, you're
and-
fine.
Oh, will there be a next time? Or you feel like you'd like to come back on the show another time?
I'm having a lot of fun, and I was just thinking, like, can we do this regularly?
Yes.
Yes.
The answer is yes on that.
Okay.
So yeah, welcome to the team. Because like
He's
I
gonna
said,
fire me and replace me with you.
no, we
We don't even have to talk about foodie, Just give me. I'm just having a good time.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's good. Well, no, I mean, it's all things linking up, and food is a large part of this show. Like I was telling you on Saturday. So yeah, like we have a lot of stuff to talk about. A couple more things on the list just to wrap it up. Delayed gratification. Sometimes things aren't fun, and you might feel like you're stewing because your friends are going out partying, and you otherwise committed to whatever you're working on. But you could be laser focused during those times, and you got a step up on those who can't see beyond that they're missing out on now.
So many people quit too soon.
Right. Yeah, that happens a lot. And that's
Yeah.
it's crazy too, because as it took me forever, and I don't have the time to tell you my backstory, but it was a lot of hustling and just outlasting people to get to the position I'm in right now.
Seriously.
And it really was essentially just outlasting people. And
That's Tucson Foodie's journey.
Right.
Without me, right? Just years and years of cranking it out. Outlasting all the other people that tried to do something similar. Absolutely.
Yep. So it's really all about that drive and just not giving up on yourself. Time investment is on there, and don't give in to pettiness. So we all have our petty annoyances, but the guys
I'm
who
petty.
put them to the side, keep them in their place and rise above them. And the ones that won't will be held back by them. So there you go. And we learned something.
And more deep thoughts. Be vegan.
That's right. It's a mixture. There's sometimes
We should have a whisper intro for that bit.
I'll just record it real good. Do it again, Shane, and I'll record you.
And wait, should I say, and now let's do an intro and then an outro.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we go.
And now, Deep Thoughts by Be Vegan. Oh, you want the outro now?
Yeah.
Okay. This has been another Deep Thoughts by Be Vegan.
Nice.
Like harp
Are
music.
you going to
behind
use that?
it. Sitar music
I
behind
think
it.
I am because I have deep thoughts all the time. I call them like
Deep thoughts,
ideas
okay.
or so.
Are you going to put that on the soundboard? Is that the idea?
Yeah, I have it. I can mix it. So
Deep Thoughts by Be Vegan.
see.
Ooh. And now, Deep Thoughts by Be Vegan.
You ever think
Some
about
music
doing
behind it.
reading
I should do that.
audiobooks? I think a good side gig for
Yeah.
you, just reading books.
I think I could do better than that now hearing my voice back.
Yeah.
It's everybody.
I'll practice.
Dude. Everybody.
All right, that's good.
Sound like a wimp.
It's introspective. Well, let's see.
Who's that nerd?
Todd, how did Shane sound while doing this? Give him the beef vegan treatment, please.
I can't. Shane sounded absolutely fantastic. The only problem I had with him is it's thoughts, beef thoughts, singular, one thought. He's only capable of one at a time. It is a single track. It goes very quickly sometimes, but it is only one track.
It does go quickly. All right. Thanks, Todd. Powers, what would you add to
Oh, I
that?
should have said, and now, incoherent thought.
Sniffing markers again.
Half of an incoherent thought from beef.
Yeah, more incoherent ramblings.
What would you add to that there, Powers?
I think that was pretty good. I like Todd's fill-in. Make it
All
simple.
right. Yeah. You're supposed to be the prince of positivity.
I am
Seems like
fine.
you're both kind of bagging on me.
No, never.
You're taking
I'm
Todd is trying to take your gimmick.
No, not at all. He is very positive. I do not see any problem with anything Powers is saying
I
at
also
all.
would like to claim that Todd cannot steal the entire role of correcting you because I take much pride in correcting you. When on
I
the
know.
air.
right?
Actually, you do it to a fault.
Oh.
Literally
Right.
to a fault.
We
You should
have
pump
to-
the brakes
it's-
on it.
Literally two people, a full-time job is what's going on here.
It's a lot.
Fair enough.
Literally.
Fair enough. You guys are my legal warning, though, so you're preventing us from getting sued for any kind of misinformation that I may spew in my making shit up. All right, so the craft beer crawl is the next big event. I'll plug that real quick and get into our beef tip. Shane, again, thank you for coming in on the show. It's the first of many appearances. I promise you that.
Hope so.
All right, let's do this. Rock 102.1 KFMA Beef Vegan presents. We are almost out of time, but I'd like to thank our in-studio guest, Shane from TucsonFoodie.com. They got a big festival coming up in February that you can get information on right now. It's the return of the craft beer crawl, and that's going to be February 25th, which is a Saturday during the daytime. TucsonCraftBeerCrawl.com. That's Tucson Craft Beer Crawl. God damn it, I messed it up.
TucsonCraftBeerCrawl.com.
Thanks, Shane. I'm not even gonna get Todd in on this.
So much, Beef. Really appreciate the support.
Hey, I appreciate you coming in, and we're gonna see you
I was being
again.
sarcastic, but yes.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Well,
thanks for having me here. Yeah, I really appreciate it.
TucsonFoodie.com as well. That's all the time we have for the show. Thank you for listening. Drive safe, ride safe, and rock local. Later, guys.
When you wish upon a side of
All right,
beef,
say bye, Todd. Bye.
A word salad. A word salad.
Beautiful.
Thanks
Wow.
for watching, guys.
Fantastic. They were all there.
All your teeth.